Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, BDG Auto Group, by Bob and Cindy Scottman Transmissions, Advanced Technology Institute, and American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. That's 757-222-3705. You may text your comments and questions during the show to 757-866-2192. That's 757-866-2192. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palach.
Saturday, America. Here's Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach, hanging out with Rock and Larry Cobb. And, of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work for us. It is I'm saying it's a kind of a nice Saturday out there. The sun's trying to poke out a little bit. It started off rainy. We were actually out at Cars and Coffee this morning, hanging out with those guys. And it didn't deter the people who, truly love cars. They still had a pretty good showing out there, I mean, considering the weather-wise.
I'm glad to hear it.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I love getting out there and walking around. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee or cocoa and walk around and just take a look at cool cars.
It wasn't raining?
It was drizzling. It was here and there, but it really didn't affect too much out there. I mean, we had a pretty good steady rain this morning when we started heading into the show, and then it kind of dissipated a little bit. So
doesn't look much like rain now, does it?
No. I see the sun trying to peek out just a little bit. So it's been definitely interesting week. So here's some of the things that I noticed this week. You guys can find. So I'm going to take you back
for drivers.
For drivers. Yeah. I'm going to take you guys back just a little bit. Everybody remembers this. This isn't anything new. Remember, you used to see how's my driving on the back of cars on like commercial vehicles all the time with a telephone number.
Call 1-800-EAT.
No. I'm talking about the real ones. Come on now. No. I'm talking about the real stickers where people actually had them on the back of the vehicles, not the other one.
The legitimate stickers.
Yeah, the legitimate ones. You guys saw that. I mean, You saw them everywhere. They're on the back of vehicles. So I was driving behind a vehicle this week, and I saw one I've never seen. Am I texting? If so, dial this number. I've never seen that one before as a sticker.
I have not seen that either. I hope we see more.
It was new to me. I mean, not that I drive tons and tons of miles a week by any means, but I pay attention to all the vehicles I'm driving behind, and I sticker big as can be on the back of a vehicle. Am I texting? If so, dial this number.
And this was a commercial vehicle?
It was a commercial vehicle.
Wow.
And I was just like, that tells you how times have changed. I mean, just the fact that, we're not worried about being a bad driver anymore. We're just worried about their texting, I guess.
That's because texting while driving will make one a bad driver.
If they run over a person, don't call. Now if they're texting.
right. Don't worry about that. But if they're texting, please, by all means, give us a call. But I was just like, for like an instant, I felt old all of a sudden. I was just like, God, am I supposed to feel old when I read this? Because this is new to me. Or how long have these been on vehicles? Why haven't I seen one up to this point in time? But you hush. I'm not old.
Everything has to start somewhere.
It does. It just took me by surprise. That's all. I was just like, wow. Okay, so no bad driving. Not how's my driving. Hey,
well,
just if I'm texting.
Now is the time to come out with the little yellow triangle that says "Texter" on board.
Oh yeah. You could probably sell a bunch of those now. I bet you. I was thinking as I was driving behind, I couldn't help but think. I was just like, if I'm eating a bowl of cereal, please call. Y'all laugh, but if you've listened to the show for a long time, you've been hanging out with us for a couple years now, we've talked about all the crazy things that I've seen while driving. And one of the craziest things I saw was a guy driving with his niece eating a glass bowl of cereal with a spoon as he was driving down the road next to me.
So you want to know what the craziest thing I saw on Facebook this week was?
What's that?
So an officer pulls up next to a Tesla and sees nobody in the driver's seat, but the driver's seat is put up. So he pulls over and is looking, finds the driver did climb in the passenger seat and passed out.
Okay.
While the car is driving.
Well, here's the thing. So Larry and I were actually talking about that before we went on the air, and Larry was telling us a story that there's a case down here talking about. And if I remember correctly, as you said, it's based on drunk driving.
Yeah, so the guy said he had too much to drink, and he let the car drive home on autopilot, but it got in a wreck. And and the police arrived, and now it's in a court.
Well, we talked about this. So, we just had the conversation where the gentleman was in court, one of the first court cases, and remember he got speeding. He was like, well, I wasn't speeding because I wasn't driving the car. The car was driving the car, and he didn't beat that one. So I'm curious to see the DUI defense. But, as we got talking about before we came on the air, it wouldn't be hard to pull off. You could make like a little lever and all kinds of stuff where you could jump in the passenger seat and just let the car drive you home with very little, cues from you. And then what do you do if that's the case and you've just developed that? You know what they're going to say? I'm telling you, it's still going to be the dog. It's going to be the dog case. It's going to be, well, if the dog bites somebody, you're responsible.
Yep.
So you're still responsible because of the car. But here's the thing. You're technically not driving.
Yeah.
You're not driving.
But to put the car in the autopilot, you have to drive for a certain period of time.
That's what I was trying to say. That someone's going to find some way to override. They're going to make something, some levers or something like that, where you can hit a couple buttons, and someone's going to come up with some way to go around it. I mean, here's the thing. Every time something's invented, somebody finds some way to duplicate it or improve upon it. So someone's going to guarantee someone's going to find a way, and then we're going to find these cases because, like I said, technically you're not driving. That would be like if I got in a taxi cab and the taxi cab driver got in an accident and I got the DUI while I was sitting in the back seat. That's going to be the same kind of defense they're going to take.
They're going to make it the owner's responsible. I mean, that's how it's going. When the smoke clears, it'll be owner's responsible. What other way can they go?
Okay, well, what about when you start having self-driving cars and you have one come pick you up from the bar because you don't want to drive home and the self-driving car gets in an accident?
Is it your car?
It's not going to matter because by the letter of the law, you are in possession of the vehicle. It's no different. That's like if I borrowed your car and got in it and went drunk driving and hit somebody, and I can go, well, I don't own the car.
Well, you got to.
That's the defense you're taking.
Well, this is going to require some major thinking, is it not?
Well, it is, because that's the same thing. If you think about it, under that principle, I could say to you guys, well, it was Larry's car. Why am I responsible? But that's the same thing. If I'm not driving, I'm talking about you're physically not driving the vehicle. How are we going to? That's what everybody's waiting for. Everybody who likes to go to the bar and have a good time is waiting for that car that could just drive them home. I mean, that.
Now let's make it known. If you own a Tesla, we are not saying to go try this.
No. Definitely not condoning it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I mean, it's one of those things that popped up that we've talked 2 years ago. We got in this conversation on this show that we would be into this conversation we're having right this second at some point in time. And here we are. It has raised its weary head. And I'm just curious how it's all going to pan out, because as cars advance and as the cars start to drive themselves and everything else starts to go on, I'm not driving. If I summon the car to come get me, which is what they're advertising going to be the coolest thing, and the car pulls up and I get in the seat and it drives me home and it gets in an accident and I'm under the influence, how am I liable?
Well, you're right. I think the operator would be.
Right, but there is no operator.
Well, translate that into owner.
Well,
so what are they going to have, car jail?
Well, no, but there'll be an owner. Somebody will own a company, an individual. Somebody will own, like somebody owns taxi cabs.
Okay, but if I own the car, if I own it and I summons my own car to come out of a parking spot, I get inside of it and it drives me home.
Well, then you're responsible because you're the owner.
No, I didn't drive, officer.
Doesn't matter. They're going to have to come up with a benchmark somewhere.
Well, right.
In other words, they're going to have to be a set level of responsibility.
No, I agree.
How are they going to set it?
Here's the thing. I'm one of those people that always looks to the side of it. I'm going to tell you, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Every law, policy, and rule that there is, from companies to states to legislation, has somebody's name attached to it. I mean, somebody messed up and we had to make a law to address their mess up. It should have their name right next to it. It should be the so-and-so law. You know what I mean? It should be just their name. That should be the name of the law.
What was that flashback? There was a rule, and it was like made back then, and it was about a cowboy.
Oh, a cowboy! You couldn't wash your horse on the sidewalk on Sundays or something. Is that what you're talking about?
Turn my mic off. I have a note somewhere.
I'm telling you, you all remember you guys, if we do some flashbacks, we used to cover all the crazy laws that were out there on the books, and there was tons of them. And you couldn't wash your mules, there was all different kinds of ones. There was stuff. It's gonna fall underneath one of those old laws. They're gonna resurrect one of the old laws and just apply self-driving cars to it.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
Go back to like the Magna Carta or something. Look for the origin in there.
It is. Look, I saw the video. I think I told you guys back when the gentleman got pulled over in the Tesla. I think it was California, and the officer was like, "You can't, drive and use your iPad." And he was like, "I'm not. That's part of the car. It comes with the car." And the officer actually had to verify because he couldn't believe that was just part of the car. And if you get it was the Model S, I believe it is on Tesla. In fact, we were hanging out with some Teslas today. It has the big, huge screen in the center, and it's a big screen. I want to say it's like a 16-inch screen monitor that's on it. So when it's on, it looks like you're on your computer while you're driving down the road.
Watching your favorite show.
Yeah, right. And the officer pulled him over, and he's like, "You can't be on your iPad or whatever it is and drive down the road." He's like, "No, I'm not. That's part of the car." And there's a video for it. Go check it out.
Now, they did have one guy that taped the iPad to the steering wheel.
No, we talked about that. The guy, his invention was for not getting in trouble for driving and texting and stuff like that, where he taped the iPad to the steering wheel. He just had it taped. He had an iPad taped to the steering wheel. Well, I told you, I think we talked about it. I know it had it a couple weeks ago. So he taped the iPad and he taped his cell phone. So he had his iPad and his cell phone taped to the steering wheel.
Hands free.
That's what he called it. There's a video with him pulled over, and he's like
I remember
hands-free officer. Look, I've seen crazy things. You can't make any of these stories up. And I know I'm not the only one. As you all out there in America drive around in your cars, you see some of the craziest stuff as you go down the road. One of the things I always find funny is the morning when the women are putting on their makeup in the morning in the mirrors. Mm-hmm.
And the mirror shatters? I mean, what?
No. I can't do that many things. I'll give it to women. They're multifaceted and talented because I couldn't do that. I couldn't drive my car, hold my cell phone, and put on makeup as I'm going down the road.
I don't know how they do it either.
I see it all the time, though.
Well, I've seen it myself.
I don't have that concentration level. When I get behind the wheel of the car, I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe I'm just different. I'm concentrating on trying to drive. Anybody's rode with me will tell you, I don't even like the radio up real loud. A lot of times I'll turn it down because I just think it's distracting sometimes.
Yeah. Now, when there is a song that comes on the radio.
But, you got to jam out. I'm not taking that away from anybody. I understand it. But there's just certain things when I'm driving down the road I just think are distracting to me. You know what I mean? So I try not to be distracted while I'm driving. It doesn't always work. One of the biggest things that annoys me is my cell phone ringing while I'm driving because it's ringing and I don't want to even grab a hold of it to even try to hit the button to turn it off. Yeah. Because I just feel like now I feel like I'm doing what I tell all you guys to do is don't mess with your cell phone. And then I critique myself on it. Anybody rides in the car with me, I go, I tell everybody on the radio, don't mess with your cell phone. Here I am trying to grab a hold of the button and turn it off as I'm going down the road. So I feel like I'm a hypocrite at that point in time sometimes.
It doesn't bother me when I'm driving for the cell phone to ring. I just ignore it. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, I'll look at it when I stop.
Well, I have hands-free in the truck.
Yeah,
but sometimes it doesn't connect. You know what I mean?
I don't even have hands-free.
Yeah, I have hands-free in the truck. As soon as I step in the truck, my truck syncs with the phone and everything works on hands-free and I can, talk and to it and make it do whatever I want when I'm inside the truck. But sometimes I'll get in the truck and it doesn't instant connect. And then the telephone rings and I realize it's not connected because if it's connected, it rings through the truck. So
my hands are always busy.
What? I know, yeah.
Let's go around.
Okay.
Let's go around.
On the steering.
We all pause.
This was an awkward pause.
We are.
And on that note, it's a commercial break time. I'll talk to you all soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Something really cool happened in 1975. And no, it wasn't the beginning of the disco era. Congress passed the Magnuson-Moss Act, so you don't have to take your vehicle back to your dealer to keep your vehicle manufacturer's warranty in effect. Our Napa Auto Care Center uses the proper replacement parts and procedures to keep that warranty valid. Visit our independently owned Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, you asked for it and I delivered. Check out our all-star team of automotive specialists at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cotman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janiff, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by Chev, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palach, and we're hanging out. We're in our second segment. So here's something cool before we get started and go into the news. I want to tell you guys something about it that's actually pretty neat. So the Hooligan Car Club is actually going to do a toy drive that they're going to be hosting, and we talked with them, and we're excited the fact that they're actually going to be doing something. I love any time that anybody gets involved in anything like that. I just think it's really, really cool. So I want to give you guys what's going on. I got to read it from my phone because there's quite a bit of information to give you guys. So it's going to be December 15th, okay, they're going to be doing a drive. They're going to be in a couple different places. So here is where they're going to be at. I'll give you a second to grab a paper and pen if you guys want to stop by and drop off a gift. And what they're going to do is they're going to carry the gifts over to the Samaritan House. They're going to do kind of, a cool little parade with the cars and stuff like that. I think it's what they have set up. It's going to be kind of a neat thing. Like I said, I was really excited when I heard that they were getting involved and do something. If you guys remember, we had met them out at one of the car shows and got talking with them. They were actually one of our pick of the weeks, one of their cars, so it's kind of cool. So they had reached out. So here's what you guys got. If you got a pen and paper, let me give it to you guys. December 15th, The hooligans will actually be at the Hot Rodders from 9 until 10:30. They'll be at Oceana Cycle from 11 to 1:30. Sandbridge Tattoo from 1:45 to 3:45. And they'll be out at Flip Flops from 4 to 6. So once again, that's December 15th. Take a little time, go buy a gift. Go over there on the 15th and drop off the gift to them so they can drop it off to Samaritan House. Really, really cool idea. I'll try to remind you guys a couple times before we get out to the event and stuff like that. And just, so just in case you guys forget, I understand everybody gets busy and, everybody wants to be involved. But once again, it's going to be the Hooligan Car Club, and they're actually going to be out at Hot Rodders on the 15th from 9 to 10:30. Oceana Cycle from 11 to 1:30, Sandbridge Tattoo from 1:45 to 3:45, and Flip Flops from 4 to 6. So definitely get out, like I said, take a little time, pick up a little something, and drop it off to them on the 15th. They very much appreciate it, and I'll appreciate it quite well. Like I said, I just really think when people get involved, it's a really cool thing. So I wanted to get that out to you guys so you guys can get an opportunity to, in your travels, if you're out at Walmart or wherever, and you want to stop and just pick up a little something and drop it off to them, they'll very much appreciate it, and so will the kids you're helping too. So keep that in mind. It's all about the kids sometimes. So very, very cool. Anywho, back into the news. You ready? I got some crazy stuff for you. You guys see the thing come out this week about the grandma who crashed her car and her daughter's car to avoid from, I won't say a car theft / kidnapping. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
So I guess in Knoxville, there was a woman who left her son in the car, left the car running, and while she ran inside the store, someone hopped in the car and tried to drive away with it. Well, problem is her son was in the back seat. Now, lucky for her, her mother saw her daughter's car pulling out, heard screaming, realized what she thought was happening. She thought actually that the daughter and the grandson were getting kidnapped. So she rams her car into the daughter's car to stop both cars and bring it to an end. Thank goodness she did, because her grandson was in the back.
Yeah. Well, so that turned out well.
I want to talk about being in the right place at the right time. I mean, like, what's the chance you pull in a parking lot and see your daughter's car driving away being stolen?
Yeah. Hey, you wouldn't hit the lottery on those odds.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
What's the chance of Larry forgetting David's name?
Inside joke.
Yeah,
inside joke.
I cannot hold that one.
Inside joke. So here's a weird, wacky one for you. Did you guys hear about Ford trying to get rid of the new car smell?
Trying to get rid of it?
Trying to get rid of it.
Why would they want to get rid of it?
I thought it was the strangest thing. So I got this, I got all these little media things sent over to me. And one of them is Ford is actually working on getting rid of the new car smell.
J.C. Whitney has that in a can that you can spray inside.
You go to the
your
car wash and you request it to be sprayed in your vehicle.
Yeah, I want the new car smell odorized. Yeah.
Right. So
What
Ford
are they
is
trying to
actually
make it smell like? Cherries?
No,
blossoms?
they haven't said what they're going to make it smell like, but apparently, this is weird. So we're the weird ones. If you guys didn't know, in America, we like that smell. Other countries do not. And since Ford sells globally, they are in an attempt to find a way to get rid of the new car smell because it offends other country that are buyers. They don't like that odor.
Hang those little pine trees from the rearview mirror. Problem solved.
Oh, no, they're going to... it's going to be a new option on the Ford website when you buy a car. It's going to be like, do you want your car
new
to
car smell
new
or not new
or
car
not
smell?
new?
Of all the things you thought was going to be like the weird options on a car, new car smell or not new car smell?
And then they're going to charge you $200 for it.
Yeah, $200 for the not new car smell.
I would not pay for that.
Well, here, like I said, I mean, I'm curious what people spray in their car. I mean, so when you go to the car wash, what smell do you ask for?
New car?
Do you?
Yeah.
Cameron, what do you ask for?
Black ice.
I knew it was going to be black ice. I think black ice is probably the second most popular one.
I have 2 cans sitting in my center console, and it's black ice. And
What
when
does
I get
black
out of-
ice smell like?
Oh, my gosh.
Like black ice? I don't know.
I don't think black ice has a smell.
No. Well, that's what they
Christmas
call
is
it.
coming.
That's what they call this smell.
Yeah.
I've had it in my vehicle a couple of times. I'm the oddball. You know what I get? I get leather.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I get. I ask for leather.
Leather in new cars kind of similar, isn't it?
I don't think so. I don't think they smell the same, but that's the one that I ask for. Anytime I go to the car wash and they have it, I'm like, "Do you have leather?" Like, "Yep." I'm like, "I want the leather smell," because I have leather inside the vehicle. So
Okay. So let me ask you.
Okay.
If you had a choice on which type of air freshener would you want the pine tree that hangs from your rearview mirror,
You already know the answer to this.
the one that goes inside your AC vent, or the little piece of paper that go under your seat?
Okay. Well, I don't think the piece of paper lasts very long. That's my personal opinion. I just don't think it lasts long enough. But you already know I don't like anything dangling from my. I'm not a tree guy. I don't like things dangling from my.
I don't
mirror.
like stuff on my rearview mirror either.
I take the tree. You guys are going to think this is kind of weird. I take the tree and I put it on my e-brake on the bottom, and then I'll put it on anywhere under the passenger.
Is your
As long-
e-brake in the center, on the center console, or is it down below by your feet?
You're right. I forgot. So when I was driving Dawn's car, I used to put it on the e-brake.
You see, I put it on if I put one in my vehicle, it goes down on the floorboard hanging on the e-brake release handle.
So I'm not the only
Just
one.
go to the grocery store, buy a can of Febreze, and empty it in there.
Well, you know what? I know a lot of people like Febreze, but I don't know. To me, sometimes I think it fades quickly. Sometimes, so
I think all these smells fade quickly. I have never had any that I would call long lasting.
Have you ever had to do the? I don't even know what the name of it is, but like the ultra clean of the car. It's the fogger, where you pull the pin and you throw it in the car, and it works almost like a mosquito fogger.
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah, there's ones like that. I do that a couple different times to cars where
Is that a deodorizer?
it's a deodorizer. It's supposed to completely like clean the inside of the car, but it's like it's a fogger. It basically has like a pin, like a grenade pin. You pull it out and you toss it in the car, and it fogs the inside of the
But
car.
how long does it last?
It was supposed to, if you get like moldy smells and stuff like that in your car, it's supposed to take all that away.
Yeah, but how long? I mean, how long will the odor? Pleasant smell.
It's not even a pleasant smell. It's a clinical smell. I mean, if you guys know what I'm talking about, like that weird, like hospital clinical smell.
Yeah.
And it lingers for a little bit. It can be almost overpowering, but I've
But
done that to a couple
the
cars.
stuff that you're trying to get rid of, it doesn't come back. You don't smell it again. Or?
If it isn't overpowering, like sometimes you leave your window down and your carpet gets wet, and then you have that pew inside the car. It's supposed to like help get rid of that.
Like in the middle of July, if you accidentally left a trout under the seat.
Oh, you see, yeah. See, this is when you know a man knows too much about you. I'm not getting into that one, but that's when you know somebody knows just a little bit too many of your stories.
It's a smell.
It is a smell. You're right about that. It is definitely a smell. Here's another interesting thing. You heard Chevy is getting rid of cars just like Ford was. So they picked 6 models that they're actually going to drop off the assembly line, which is funny because then Cameron was pointing out that it's now with 6 cars going off, you're going to need less plants to produce the cars, and they're going to start laying people off and all that kind of stuff. I just think hopefully we'll go in different directions and it won't be a big, huge problem. But I don't know. What do you think?
Pickup Truck Nation.
Pickup Nate. I called it. Y'all, excuse me. I'm still trying to get over my sinuses, and it's been killing me.
We're going to create a shirt on that. Pickup Truck Nation. Sponsored by Let's Talk Cars Radio.
Pickup Truck Nation. Yeah. I told you, pickup trucks were going to take over the world.
Yeah. Special little communities just for people with pickup trucks.
Well,
We should do a poll.
they got the special little community for just the robots that they're trying to build. Why not one for pickup trucks?
We should do a poll.
What
By
is
the
it?
next week, we should see which one would you rather drive, a pickup truck or a car,
Ooh, that'd be
or an
interesting.
SUV.
I'm curious. We had to set that up. That'd
I'll
actually
be setting it up right now.
I'm curious because a pickup truck is a car nowadays. We talked about this. It is a car. You know, my 4-door truck with the bed is a car, which just happens a bed that I can haul stuff in.
Yeah, but your pickup's a far cry from the pickup of 25 years ago. You'll have to
Well,
admit.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's far cry from the 94 that I drove.
I can remember when pickups were not considered, the word luxurious wouldn't apply to anything in there.
Now they are. You know, my buddy just bought the 2019, I think it is, Chevy pickup truck or GMC, and the new incorporation in the bed and everything it has like a step built in the bed, and it's crazy. It has all these different options in the bed that actually in the tailgate of the truck. And I was just like, oh wow, that's got a whole lot of stuff. You can put speakers. You can build speakers into the tailgate now and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it has all these different options built into it.
For you tailgaters out there.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's a true tailgater party. It really is. I was jealous.
That's a neat idea.
I was like, I wonder if I can get the 2019 tailgate and put it on my truck. I was just like,
They could have Bluetoothed that. It's close enough.
yeah, it would work absolutely.
Or you can just upgrade.
No one upgrade yet.
Hint, hint.
Anywho, on that note, it is commercial break time again. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I got some more news for you. Talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Pillotch from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778. Hey guys, Dave Palach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of your everyday job? Looking for something more? You have to go check out ATI at auto.edu. Advanced Technology Institute has a program for you. From accelerated schedules to assistance in helping students get into the career field fast. Guys, I understand how hard it is with the hassle of juggling life, work, kids. That's why ATI provides day and night classes to make things as easy for you to succeed. If you're ready for a change, give them a call today at 757-490-1241. That's 757-490-1241. Make ATI your choice for building today's minds and tomorrow's communities. ATI is certified by SHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Talk to you soon.
There's something special about Napa Auto Care Centers. They're backed by the national strength of Napa. Nationwide warranties honored by thousands of locations. You know that's Napa know-how. But more importantly, your Napa Auto Care Center is independently owned and operated by neighborhood professionals who operate by a written code of ethics. Put your vehicle in the hands of ASE certified technicians who will greet you with a smile you can trust. Visit us today.
You heard me say it, and now here's your chance. Now's the time to go find your auto garage. Don't wait until it's too late. Go to NapaBDGHRVA.com and find your all-star car care center today. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow & Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow & Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow & Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow & Sons Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio. Let's blah, 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 blah. Let's Talk Cars Radio.
Get it out.
Yeah, here you go. I tell you, my allergies have been horrible. And I can literally feel like, you know how you feel the back up on the back of your throat?
Yeah.
I've been mispronouncing words for like 3 weeks now.
You just sound like Mr. Code.
Mr. Code.
He said back up on his throat, and I was thinking, what happens every time he did it? It was like beep, beep.
So, Here's one interesting for you guys. Excuses when you get pulled over.
I'm
Okay?
sure there's an average police officer can probably write a book on that.
I'm surprised there probably hasn't been one written yet.
I am too.
What's the best, or maybe in another term, the worst excuse you've ever used when you got pulled over?
I don't think I've ever used one. Well, I take that back. You know what? I usually just tell the truth.
You never tried to use an excuse?
The last time I got pulled, it was for speeding in a residential area, and I was totally distracted. I wasn't paying attention. And I told the policeman, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I was into this radio show I was listening to, and I didn't realize I was going 35 on a 25.
Well, the reason why I asked is I
Got the ticket anyway, but
I had a story sent over to me, and the excuse the guy used, he was like over 100 miles an hour in a 45 was, well, I was testing new parts on the car. I want to make sure that they were going to hold up. I don't think that's a viable
I don't think that would work.
excuse. Trust me, I'm not. I've used some ditties in my time when I was a young man. You know, everybody has stupidity in them, some deeper than others. But I've tried some excuses that, you know, the best one I've heard is I got to poop. That's the best one I've heard. You know, so
well, it's probably truthful, if you know, more than likely. And how do you argue with that?
I've never used that one myself, but that's probably the best one I've heard somebody try to use.
But now that you've stopped me for a few moments, I don't have to anymore.
right. You scared it out of me. When I saw the lights turn, Cameron's speechless.
Somebody posted and said, "Officer, I have only one eye. What do you want me to watch? The speed or the road?"
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'd like to know what the answer was.
Yeah, just say, look, just carry an eye patch with you. No, I've never thought about trying to say you used parts, new parts of the car. You just want to make sure they're going to hold up. That's a pretty good one.
I guess I don't need to tell you that you were speeding. No, sir. Any reason? You looked bored. I thought I'd give you something to do today.
You remember Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh, yes.
And his one for getting pulled over. Well, you put your foot on the pedal. It makes it go. If you didn't stop me, I'd have been up to 100 something by now or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can't quote too much Dice, man.
No, definitely not on the radio. Definitely. I would love to, but you can't. Certain things you just can't say on the radio. So anyway, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting excuse of testing parts. So here's one from, what was it? I think last week or the week before that. Remember the nurse I told you that his Toyota got ruined?
Yeah.
And Toyota said they were going to
Take care of
him. They made good on their promise. They come through in the media package this week. And, they got the burnt one and the new one sitting side by side. So they made good. That's pretty cool, man. Look, I know we talked about it. They're probably doing it for publicity reasons. But you know what? Look, we're still talking about it.
You got to respect them for that.
No. Here, look. The gentleman did a great thing. He saved people from the fire and all that kind of stuff using his truck. He went out of his way. His truck got destroyed in the process of it. And Toyota heard the story and decided to give him a new one.
Yeah.
And they actually did it.
I just thought it was a great gesture.
I think I'm all about it. I'm definitely all about it. So I thought we'd talk about that for a second. I just thought it was kind of cool. Now, here's one for you. And you and I were talking about it off the air. So I've gotten a stack of complaints that I've gotten texts and emails and stuff about people asking me. And I didn't really think anything of it. Just other than just tracking it and listening to people tell me their stories. And then Larry had mentioned something about it before we went on the air today. And I said, it's funny you say something because I've gotten some complaints about it. GPS is not working correctly. And it happened to me last night. And then Larry told me it happened to him.
Yep, Tuesday.
And it happened to me.
So I don't really have an answer for it. GPS is using satellites and stuff like that, so there must be something to that. But what we're talking about is let's just say you type in a place you've gone a million times. That's what it was for me last night. So I was headed someplace last night, and I couldn't remember how many streets up it was I was supposed to turn. And so I come to the stoplight because I don't like messing with my phone or anything like that. So I hit the GPS while I was at the stoplight to tell me how many more streets it was up that I needed to make a left. And it tried to send me 19 minutes in the opposite direction. So I was like, well, I know this isn't right. So I went ahead and continued on to my destination. And when I got to my destination, I actually tapped on the GPS to see where it was trying to take me. And it was just going to take me 19 minutes in the opposite direction and just stop me in the middle of the road. I thought that was weird. And then Larry, you were telling me that you had one where it tried to send you to a different town or something.
Well, I was trying to go to Portsmouth, and it took me back through the Midtown Tunnel to Norfolk, and it stopped me in the middle of Hampton Boulevard.
Right.
It said, you've reached your destination.
Yeah, that's what this thing was going to do to me. So
He's like, jump now.
I just kind of thought it was funny because, like I said, I probably have a good little stack over you, the audience and listeners and people who text me stuff have asked me about it if I've heard anything about it, and yeah, I had. But like I said, I maybe have like 20 or 30 people that said something to me about it. So I was just waiting, kind of see where it went to. I didn't know maybe it was something, a glitch in the air or something like that. And then it happened to me.
I wonder if they were all the same manufacturer.
Well, mine. So here's the funny thing. So mine's done through the truck and through the phone. So
It's built in.
Yeah, so it's built in. So I wasn't using an aftermarket. What are you using?
A Garmin. And
Garmin?
Yeah.
Waze.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. So no, I don't have the answer, guys, for what's causing that. But you have 3 people sitting in this room, and all 3 of us had it happen to us, and then I have the stack of people that asked me about it. So there's got to be something to it. I don't know what it would be.
You're hearing a lot about it.
Yeah, it's funny how little chatter, and all of a sudden I experienced it. I was just like, okay. And so I said I wanted to go check to see where it was going to send me. And when I got to my destination, I checked. It was just going to take me 19 minutes up the road, turns a couple left, couple of rights, and just drop me in the middle of the road. And not a side road. It was going to stop me like in the middle of a major road.
Yeah, well, that's what it did to me. Hampton Boulevard.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, this is strange.
So, sorry about that. We keep getting a lot of questions on how people can reach us and ask us questions. The best way to reach us is through Facebook, and our Facebook page is Let's Talk Cars Radio. When you send us a message, it pings me and David. We both get pinged, so you will always receive a message within 5 minutes. Don't be afraid to ask us questions.
Yeah, I get a lot of people, and here's the biggest thing that I noticed that there's a big trend. A lot of you guys ask me questions, but it's after the show is over. And I get the question. I get a lot of questions. So if you want to address it when we're on the air, we can try to address it. You guys always know that you can always call into the show. So I mean,
don't forget our text number.
Yeah, we have the text number out there. And if you're not, just go over to the website. Everything's all listed there. You guys can have it all. And there's a bunch of ways to get it. I get tons and tons of questions sent to me, and it's usually after we're off the air. But I try to go back and answer them stuff the best I can. Some things I don't have the answer for everything.
But we will find the answer because we have our Napa Auto family to help us
Yeah, they
out.
do. I've gone to them quite a few different times. If I don't have the answer, I've asked them, hey, you ever seen this? Because I haven't.
And they have.
So here is a interesting one for you. I know we keep on coming up on commercial breaks very quickly. It's kind of crazy, but I'll get to it. Insurance. So, and what I mean by that is, how does insurance work and how is insurance structured? This came up this week, a story that was sent to me by one of our listeners, and I read this story. So basically, a gentleman takes his car into the repair shop. And while it's at the repair shop, they take it out for a test drive and destroy the car. Okay?
So joyriding?
Maybe not joyriding, just so maybe he had to take it for a final test drive. I'm not going to say he was joyriding. It was probably just a test drive. But then they wanted him to claim it on his insurance. And so the question in the story was, well, who is liable? What is the right thing to do in that? I would always say the auto garage is responsible.
If they're the ones that caused the damage, they are.
Right. Well, if you're in the car and you drive my car and it's in your possession as the auto garage and you crash the car, but they wanted him to claim it on his insurance, and he was just like, no, why would I do that? You had possession of my car, so
you're now in a position where you have to lie, and when you have to lie, something messes up.
Well, and here's the thing: that's what you have shop owners insurance for and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, for that reason. So I didn't understand why they wanted him to claim it on his. Well, I know why, but I mean,
maybe they had a whole bunch of infractions, and there were one more, and you're gone.
Maybe. Now I've seen like simple things in auto garage, stuff like that. And here's the thing: you remember, things happen, so don't always get so uptight about things. If your car goes to the auto garage and it gets a scratching or something like that, if it's an honorable auto garage that you're dealing with, they're going to take care of it. But I've seen a lot of people, I want to put it through my insurance, stuff like that. No. Why don't you just let the auto garage just have it taken to the auto body shop and let them go ahead and spray it in, let them take care of it for you and be done with it versus jumping through all those hoops. So we're not talking about that. I mean, this car was like destroyed. So, I mean, it was completely different.
Yeah.
I know it was a garage a couple of years ago, maybe a little longer, a couple of years ago. I had a customer took his Corvette in and dropped it off, and they went and joyrided it and put it up underneath the semi truck.
Whew.
Yeah. So,
they're responsible.
And they didn't call him, okay? He came back to the shop to check on the status of his vehicle, and his vehicle was sitting in the front parking lot, wrecked. I mean, like wrecked.
Yeah.
So I was just like, could you imagine being that guy?
like a pancake.
Yeah, like I said, could you imagine being that? You pull up and there's like your prized possession hot rod all torn up sitting in the front parking lot, and you just left it there to like have something simple like the exhaust like put on it or something.
That's when you go in and what happened is the understatement of the year.
Yeah, the very understatement. I tell you what, guys, it's that time again. Another commercial break. We're going to take one. Want to come back? Got a couple more stories for you. I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated. Are you ready for a change? Is this the year you go from just a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand fields with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC, commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial driving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available. Job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI. Not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Well, here's a pound of prevention from your Napa Auto Care Center. We'll customize a preventive maintenance package for your vehicle that will save you time, money, and hassles now and down the road. We'll ask, do you drive mainly in the city or on the highway? Plan to keep your vehicle? How long? And more. Preventive maintenance is a good thing that prevents bad things. Build yours at your Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Do you currently have a repair shop you trust? Haven't found the time to go to a garage for all your automotive needs? Check out the all-star team at Napa BDGHRVA.com. That's Napa BDGHRVA.com. Let them show you what it's like to work with the professionals and make a friend along the way. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA, Freedom 1110. So here's something interesting I have for you guys. Do you remember, this is one of those things, I'm going to say flashback, because we talked about it, and then it just kind of went away. We were talking about the car industry starting to 3D print all their parts.
I remember that.
Years ago. When they first start talking about the idea.
Because I thought it was silly. I couldn't imagine that taking place, but my mind's been changed.
Okay, so basically, you don't know what I'm talking about, so you know what a 3D printer is. Pretty much, if you haven't been sleeping underneath a rock, you understand the philosophy of how this works. I mean, to the point where kids now have them inside their houses, and you know, they make all kinds of crazy stuff out of them. But what they want to do is they want to do 3D printers on a large scale, and the auto manufacturers wanted to make parts in-house at the dealerships so they didn't have to wait a long time for parts. And we joked about it, and I told you, don't joke, because it's going to be a big thing. Because what they want to do is make fenders, make all kinds of stuff out of 3D printed material. And everybody's like, oh, well, it's plastic. Well, not necessarily. You have 3D printers now that can do metal work and all kinds of stuff, so the technology is moving along. Here's how it moves along, and here's a perfect example of when I tell you that, you know, self-driving cars are big news, and we just don't, you know, you hear about it a little bit here and a little bit there, and there's a lot of people out there doing things that you never hear about. What does that translate to? BMW just made its 1 millionth printed part. Now, we haven't talked about it in a long time, but they have now made their 1 millionth printed part.
You don't know over what period of time that is, do you?
Right, you don't. No, I don't. I don't, but it's just one of those things where we talked about it, we joked about it. Here we are a couple years later, and the technology has come along so quickly that, you know, people are actually doing it on a regular. For you make 1 million printed parts now, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, I would say so. Just the fact that you could do that many, and it's obviously cost effective.
Well, it makes sense, and here's where it makes sense. For all of my auto fans out there that are listening that are in the auto industry, you guys understand how hard it is sometimes to get parts and get them on the car quick enough for the customer. If you didn't have to wait for that part to come 3 days from wherever it's coming from or whatever, and you could make that part right there in-house, it saves you tons of time. So the thought process was great. I was all for it. I'm just like, this is awesome. Just like I'm all about Hyperloop, and everybody's like, oh, why are you so interested in Hyperloop? I'm not so much in Hyperloop for as far as transporting people. I'm interested in Hyperloop for the transporting of parts and material at a fast speed. If a part I want for a car is in California and I want to have it here now, you could put it in a Hyperloop system and have it within a couple hours.
Well, the printer system makes more sense to me than the Hyperloop would as far as getting something from point A to point B.
It does. I think the printed parts are going to be, 3D print parts are going to be limited on certain things. But every time I say that, I'm wrong. Like I saw a guy make like a whole function. He made everything out of printed parts. So there wasn't anything he couldn't make. It took him a little while. But I'm just saying, I mean, as far as moving forward in the industry of cars and helping the customer get the car, because like I said, we tend to forget, us and the other in the automotive business tend to forget that we work on cars every day, and that car actually serves as a purpose for you as the customer to get you from point A to point B and get your kids to karate and soccer and ballet and all that kind of stuff. We lose sight of that sometimes because there's such a hurry. You know, when you got 100 cars you're looking, if you're at a dealership and you've got 100 cars there that need work on it, it's mundane. You know what I mean? You get just used to taking the car in. You forget to, you know, that somebody's sitting at home waiting for that car that lets their life continue. So, you know, if you could print a part and free up a lot of that time, that's the reason why I thought it was great. And that's the reason why, like I said, I thought Hyperloop was great.
I think the part printing the appeal would be the speed.
The speed?
The speed that you could have a ready part available.
Well, no, that is the appeal to it.
I mean, as opposed to a delivery or
Okay,
or
let's just say
whatnot.
I need a fender. Okay, so I just punch it in and I print myself out a fender, and there you go, I have it.
I wonder how long it takes to print that stuff.
Well, I don't know. Do you remember? I'm going to take you back a little bit, another flashback. I'm going to take you back a little bit further. Do you remember the conversation we had? It's got to be almost 3 years ago that we had where they were trying to sell the idea of the car that you could bring in and you could update the body on the car like every couple of years.
I remember that
So
conversation. Yeah, I do.
the engine and all that kind of stuff would all be the same underneath the car, but it was going to be a printable body situation where every couple of years you could go in and they would just take your body off. It melts down. They reuse that material and remake you the newest body and put it back on the car. That had a lot of interest to it too, because hey, you always have the newest model essentially. Now everything else, tires, everything underneath it is, but the body itself, it was cool, and it all clicked apart. Everybody's like, oh, it's a lot of work to take it all apart. It really isn't. They were going to make it where everything clicks apart on the car, comes apart pretty easily.
Their robots will do it.
Right. There will be a robot that does it. So, and that was interesting. Karen just shakes his head. He's like, no, too much technology.
You don't like robots?
I like robots, but they're just replacing people, which then means we have to put those people everywhere else.
Well, okay. So
We
we've
just
had
have
that
to find,
conversation.
we have to find something else for those people to do.
and they're going to
Yeah,
monitor
but-
the robots. That's what they say. That's how it's going to transfer.
They're going to
over.
repair robots.
What is
Right.
it going to be? Oh gosh, what's that movie called with the yellow brick road?
Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
How did he forget that?
sorry.
That was.
Guys, I'm sorry.
How did you forget
Is it
Wizard
going to
of
be like?
Oz?
Is it going to be like Wizard of Oz, where Daisy comes over and hits the steel guy with the oil?
Well, first of all, it wasn't Daisy. It was Dorothy.
Look,
This is how bad. See, this is what has happened. The generations behind, they have no idea who the characters in the Wizard of Oz is. I mean,
But you know what I'm talking about.
This isn't Disney. What's wrong with you?
Wizard of Oz is not Disney. It's MGM.
I know. I understand. I'm saying, but this is right. No. Oh, we'll let him take a nap.
I'll go back over here.
You can go back to the nap. Like I said, it's interesting how technology keeps on changing, and they keep on trying to come up with all these different ideas. And like I said, for the most part, a lot of them have gone forward that we talked about over the last 3 years. I mean, they just all these little ideas have become real. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just the oddball one or the strange one, but I definitely know it's the Yellow Brick Road is Wizard of Oz. And last but not least, here's the one. Did you guys see Daisy? Did you guys see the picture of
Dorothy.
no? Did you guys see the picture of after the Alaska earthquake and the road all torn up and the car just sitting there perfectly on the road that's all buckled?
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
That is crazy. That's a crazy picture. I mean, it looks like something that come out of a movie.
I saw that and said, how did that happen?
It's like a GMC Arcadia or something like that. I think it's in the picture.
Yeah, it's like it was made.
Yeah, you're
Like
right,
it,
like
know,
that. Yeah, it's just sitting there perfectly.
Did you hear, talking about Alaska, did you hear one of their stupid rules?
What?
Don't get drunk in a bar.
You know, yeah, that's one of those ones that's on the rule book that makes no sense. But I mean, yeah,
Don't get drunk in
in
a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's and here, you know what? So talk about earthquakes and pictures and stuff like that. You all might get your wish. We talked about buses a while back and stopping for buses and how they should change the laws. Well, I saw something come out yesterday that they are looking to make it like jailable time if you pass a school bus with a sign out. What do you think?
They're going to have to build a bigger prison.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't argue with it. I think it certainly is a good attention getter.
Well, I know. So there was the jailable offense, and then there was instant losing your license. If you pass a school bus with a sign out, and that's it, you lose your license.
Well, you know what? There's so many people, they lose their license and they drive anyway. So
Well, they do,
I don't
and
know
then
if
of course,
they'd
you know, I got a conversation about the whole scooter thing this week.
Oh, did you?
Like everybody on scooters because they lost their license, and now they changed the law where you have to have a license to ride a scooter. I'm like, well, okay, and, you know, but that, if you remember, scooters just showed up out everywhere because it was like that loophole. It was
yeah.
a complete
I
loophole.
know. I know.
So, I don't know. Like I
You
said,
can't even ride the Bird, those one electric scooters, without a license.
really,
Yep.
I
You have
didn't
to
know
be
that. You gotta have a
know that.
license?
You have to have a license to be
What
able to rent
kind of
it.
license? A
had no
scooter
idea.
license?
No, like
it's just a
just
little electric
regular-
scooter, though.
Yeah,
Issued by
you
the
have to have a license for it.
Issued by the
Come on
state.
now.
Issued by the state. And you have to scan the barcode in the back and take a picture in the front.
That's strange.
No, I had no idea.
Well, you guys, stranger things have happened. That brings us to the end of the show. Hey, one more time so you guys do not forget that the Hooligans are going to be doing their toy drive. And like I said, it's going to be on December 15th, and they're actually going to be at Hot Rodders from 9 until 10:30. Oceana Cycles from 11 to 1:30, Sandbridge Tattoo from 1:45 to 3:45, and Flip Flop from 4 to 6. So don't forget, stop, pick up a toy, and drop it off to them on the 15th. They'll very much appreciate it, and so will I. That's the end of the show. It is a great Saturday. Enjoy your Saturday. Sunday's right around the corner. Don't forget to turn off your TV, spend some time with your kids, and we'll talk to you soon.